You know the vibes, YouTube. It's your boy Jacob back again with another video. So today what we got going on, me and my brother's gonna be predicting the 2021 NBA play-in games and the NBA playoffs, as well as the NBA end of the year awards. And so what we got going on is me and my brothers, Garrett and Isaiah, are gonna be making our predictions for the NBA play-in games, which will be happening tomorrow. Today is Monday the 17th, and so here is what my brothers got. Today I got my brother Isaiah.
Can you stop touching me?
The big old head in the group, and he's gonna be making his own bracket. What we're gonna be doing, we're gonna just go through the bracket, predict how many games the teams are gonna win, and predict the winner pretty much. Alright, so first, who do you think is gonna come out the play-in tournament? So on the West, we got Memphis in 9th and Spurs in 10th. Who do you think is gonna come out?
I'm gonna say the Grizzlies.
Grizzlies?
Yeah.
So you got the Grizzlies, and then Lakers and Warriors.
Lakers.
So that means they're gonna go to play the Suns then in their first round. So the loser of that series goes to play Memphis, since you said they were gonna win. And who's gonna win that, the Warriors or the Grizzlies?
Warriors.
Warriors? Okay.
What I saw from last night.
Alright, so we got the Warriors then. Okay, so first round you got the Warriors and the Jazz, and then the Suns and the Lakers. And then now going to the East, we got 7th place Boston versus the 8th place Wizards. And we all know you a Wizards fan, right?
No, Celtics only.
Daddy Beal, right?
No,
Daddy Beal.
Never.
Celtics then. But anyways, okay, who you got there? Celtics or Wizards?
Celtics, of course. We'll see today. We'll see today.
You right. So on the other side, we got the Pacers versus the Hornets. 9th place Pacers versus 10th place Hornets. Who do you got?
If Sabonis doesn't play tomorrow, then Charlotte's winning it.
So Charlotte? So Charlotte. Okay, so Charlotte's winning. That means the Pacers are eliminated. It looks like, so Celtics are going to be playing the Nets then. That's what you're saying. So now, since the Wizards lost, they'll be playing Charlotte for the spot. And who do you think is going to win between them two?
I'll say Wizards on that one.
Wizards?
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like just all 7th and 8th place is just going to move straight up then. So I'm just going to transfer that onto the computer then real quick. Alright, now I'm going to just pass this computer to you, and you can fill out the bracket. And right there you can put down the score. So just type down the score. Who you think is going to be the amount of wins out of 7. Or it could be less. So 4 Jazz, 2 to the Warriors. So then Jazz is going to move up past the Warriors in 6 games. Okay, now Clippers and Mavericks. That's going to be pretty much a rematch from last year. I think they play in the first round as well, yeah.
Let's say Clippers.
Clippers win how many games? 4 games, okay. And Mavericks, so you actually have them winning, but how many do you have the Mavericks winning? Last year they won 2, so gonna go to 7 this time, okay. So that was the first round, so go to the Nuggets and Trailblazers now. So remember, we don't have no Jamal Murray, and it's all about Dame time, so it's not gonna be the same results from last year. Definitely. 2 to the Nuggets, 4 to the Trailblazers, okay. And then last but not least, Suns and Lakers for the first round.
Yeah, I can't have that.
Okay, that's your opinion. Suns get 4 games obviously, and Lakers, how many do you think they're gonna take? With LeBron and AD and Schroeder back.
I said 3.
So it's gonna go same 7-game series, okay? Okay, going to the second round, the semifinals of the Western Conference. We have Jazz and Clippers. Who do you think is gonna take that?
Say Jazz, and then it's gonna be pretty close.
7-game series for the Jazz, okay. And then Trailblazers and Suns.
I feel like the Suns is gonna make it.
But you down your boy Dame time?
But the Suns are
more stacked.
Yeah.
Too many weapons. 2 stacked teams, but who's the most stacked at the end? Coming out the Western Conference.
No. I gotta
Wait, what?
I gotta switch it.
Dame time? Whoa,
Dame winning it.
Okay, fine. 7-game series still, okay. So now it's Jazz and Trailblazers. Interesting. Never thought this would happen, but
calling it. Blazers all the way.
Blazers. Okay,
Blazers. 3-man guard.
In 7 games as well. So Trailblazers coming out the West for Isaiah. Alright. So now, next we got the East. 4 on the Sixers. sweep for the Wizards? You don't get Westbrook 1?
Nobody gonna guard, what's it called? Joel Embiid.
True, they do have no answer for that. Okay. So Knicks and Hawks now.
To be honest, I think Knicks are gonna take it.
Knicks coming out. That
The boy Julius Randle been going off. What you
true.
mean?
He has been going on a tear, but we haven't seen him in the playoffs. Never seen him in the playoffs, so we'll see. Bucks and Heat.
Let's say 4-1.
Oh, it's gonna be different from last year. Bucks are not gonna get upset this
Yeah.
time. So
You gotta
Nets
give
and
them every
6. Wow. So you're giving the Heat only 1, but you're giving the Celtics 2 games against the Nets. Okay, fine. All right, semifinals. He has 76ers and Knicks, and then Bucks versus Nets. So we got 76ers Knicks. 4 and 7 games. You giving them 7 games, and the Wizards only going to 4.
Nerlens Noel could guard Orange. He's a
My
good
boy
shot blocker.
Nerlens. My boy Nerlens. Okay, now Bucks and Nets. What's gonna be the series score for
Let's
that?
say the Nets.
Nets. Got in Giannis. I think the Kukoc.
It's over, man.
All right, what'd you say? 7-game series, okay. As expected, 1 and 2, 76ers and Nets.
Calling it. Nets are in there.
And 7, okay. Nets going all the way. Nets and Trailblazers, I guess, going to the finals. Dame time gonna finish it off with the ring, or is KD going for his 3rd and they get in Harden his first one?
I
Nets
say it's a close game because
going to 7. So Nets and 7 against the Trailblazers. All right, and who's getting Finals MVP?
that boy James Harden.
James E. Harden. All right, so that's Isaiah's bracket. We got the boy Gary in the video, y'all favorite guest. And same thing as Isaiah, he's going to be also making his fill-in bracket for this year's NBA playoffs. And we all know the boy Garrett's a Warriors fan. Shout out to the Bay. Garrett's going to first guess the play-in tournament. So we got Memphis versus the Spurs, 9th and 10th place. Who you think's going to come out of that?
Memphis.
Yeah, pretty predictable. Memphis, all right. And then don't cap right now. You say your opinion, but don't cap. This is on video.
Go.
Lakers and Warriors. Who's gonna win?
Like,
Seriously?
yeah.
Okay, Lakers gonna win that. So the Lakers are gonna go against the Suns then. And then between the Warriors, so the Warriors still have a chance to get in the playoffs even though they lose this game. So who do you think is gonna win between them two, the Warriors or the Grizzlies?
Warriors.
Okay. So Warriors are gonna go play the Jazz then. Going to the East now. We got the Celtics versus the Wizards. Who's gonna win that matchup? 7th and 8th place.
Wizards.
Wizards gonna win that? I respect it. So then Wizards are gonna go up against the Nets then, it looks like. And then between the Pacers and Hornets, who we got there? Hornets? Alright, Hornets are coming out against, even though they're ranked lower, it looks like they're the favorites. And then, so since, even though the Celtics lost, they still have a chance to come in, since they are 7th place, and they're going to play the Hornets. Who's going to win in that matchup, Celtics or Hornets?
Hornets.
Hornets?
Yeah.
You think Celtics are getting eliminated? You're lucky they went to go pick them
LaMelo
up.
gone.
LaMelo gonna go crazy? We'll see.
They don't even have Jaylen Brown, bro.
True. Oh, they don't, huh? I forgot to tell you that. Alright, so he has, I'm just gonna fill in the bracket here. Here you go. I'm gonna pass it on to you then to fill out. On the West, we have the Jazz and the Warriors. First round. Jazz and Warriors. Warriors at 7, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, Clippers and Mavericks. Clippers going, okay, in 6 games. Why is that? You don't think your boy Luka is gonna come crazy? Kawhi. But what about playoff P, man? We know playoff P. Ain't bubble P. Alright, Nuggets and Trailblazers again. No Jamal Murray, sadly. But still, you think Trailblazers gonna come through? Or Nuggets gonna come through?
Yeah,
Jokic could go crazy. Yeah, they don't know. Oh, they have Cantor and Nurkic, so they could guard him.
No, Jokic, man.
Jokic, but who's gonna guard Dame time though? Michael Porter. They are probably gonna put or Dozier. They might put. How many games? So Nuggets in 6. Okay. And then Lakers and Suns. This is what we're doing. Okay. Everybody down the Lakers. I like it. So sweet. Those 3. Not even 1 game.
No.
You like it? Okay.
100%.
This is your opinion, bro. All right. Next Second round, Warriors and Clippers he got. Warriors, okay, respect. Gives Clippers respect, they get 6, so Clippers in 6. And then Nuggets and Suns. Suns gonna come out. This is actually, this is a reasonable Western Conference Finals, I'll give you that. So Suns and Clippers, Western Conference, who's gonna take it all the way? Clippers and Suns. We got Chris Paul, D Book, DeAndre Ayton, Mikhail, Jamison Crowder on one side, and then the boy Rondo. They got Paul George and Kawhi. That's it. Alright, so Clippers coming out. They gon' come from revenge and actually finish it off this year. No choke us on that side?
Nah.
Alright, so Clippers coming out on the West for Gary. Now onto the East. 76ers and Hornets, first game of the first round. Oh, you don't trust your boy LaMelo on this one? 4-0 sweep? Nothing for LaMelo? Not one game?
No.
Nothing for Miles Bridges?
Reserves in the. Oh my goodness! Miles Bridges!
Alright. One game, okay. Give some respect to their name. Knicks and Hawks. Knicks and Hawks. This is actually probably the toughest game out of all the series going on. And he's going to give it to Treyway and the Hawks. Alright, so he changes it to sweep for the Sixers and the Hornets. But he still has the Hawks, Treyway coming out against the Knicks. Okay, next is Bucks and Heat. Bucks and Heat, another rematch. Bucks going to take it this time. Not going to sleep on the Heat. Victor Oladipo is out, unfortunately. But it's going to go 7 still, okay? Next is Nets and Wizards. Wizards, he has... Oh, Nets winning in 7. In 7? You're going to give them 7 games?
We'll barely be a win.
Russell Westbrook going to go on a tear, man?
Yeah, against them.
So, semifinals, he has 76ers, Hawks, Bucks, and Nets. Alright, who's getting in the Bucks and Hawks? Okay, it's predicted. 76ers going to make it Eastern Conference Finals.
It's going to be tough on Capella.
Oh, yeah, Capella is going to clamp up... What's his name? Joel, I think, so... It'll be long term, but I think Joel gonna prevail. Alright, and Bucks and Nets now. That's predicted. In 7 games, Nets. 6 games? You think Giannis 3rd year, he ain't gonna make it? Alright, Eastern Conference Finals, he has Nets coming out against the 76ers. That's predicted. Everyone thinks the Nets are gonna take it all the way. Hopefully they don't disappoint nobody. Alright, so you said Nets and the Clippers. Not gonna lie, that's gonna be real interesting finals right there. Alright, I'll take it from here. Clippers and Nets. What's gonna happen?
Nets won in, bro. 4-3.
You don't think Kawhi's gonna clamp up KD?
He will, but last game, KD gonna show out, man.
Last game is in what? What'd you say?
7.
7? And who's gonna win that finals MVP?
James Harden.
James E. Harden? Alright, Garrett said the Nets in 7 against the Clippers. And he said James E. Harden gonna win his finals MVP. Alright, we like it. Everybody's down the Lakers, but it's cool, it's all their opinion. No bias here, Alright, thank you, Gary. We'll see how it goes. We'll keep all these saved and we'll see at the end. Alright, now that you guys heard my brother's predictions, here is what I have for my bracket. So what I'm going to be doing a little bit differently is I'm going to have 2 set brackets. One is going to be, I guess, more of my logical, reasonable bracket, which is fully non-biased. The second bracket is pretty much the opposite. It's going to be just all my opinion, what I really want to see. And starting off with the playing games, what I have is pretty much the same for both brackets. I have Memphis beating the Spurs just because Ja Morant, he's on a whole nother level. And then as far as the Lakers and the Warriors, we all know the Lakers are gonna smash them, so they pass. And even though the Warriors lose, again, they have another chance, and I believe they're gonna take it and make their way into the playoffs. And so I have Warriors versus Jazz, and then Lakers and Suns. And then going to the East, we have the Hornets and the Pacers. I personally believe that at the beginning, honestly, I thought the Pacers were going to hold on and really make a chance for the playoffs, but they got rid of everybody, giving up just key assets that they need. And so, yeah, Hornets and plus LaMelo Ball has been on a tear. We have the Celtics and the Wizards next. I would say the Wizards are taking that, considering Jaylen Brown is out. And so yeah, moving the Wizards down to against the Brooklyn Nets. And next in the play-in tournament we have the Hornets versus Celtics, because the Celtics do have a chance, and I believe the Hornets are going to take that just because they have so many pieces on their team. And starting off on my logical side, starting off with round 1, we have Jazz and Warriors. It's looking like Jazz just because Warriors don't have enough weapons, and I don't think Andrew Winnie's going to pick up the scoring performance that he's been putting on, so I'm going to say Jazz in 6, I'm going to say. Clippers and Mavericks, definitely Clippers, just because I don't think the Clippers are going to allow that disappointment that they put on last year. Playoff P is going to come back, and I think he's going to really put on a show. He's definitely put it on a new level this year, so I'm going to put Clippers in, I'm going to say 7, honestly. Luka's a big fighter, and they have Kristaps back, so definitely it's going to go to 7. Nuggets and Trailblazers with the loss of Jamal Murray. I'm going to have to give it to Trailblazers. They're just too deep guard-wise. It's going to be tough, but yeah, I'm going to give it to Trailblazers in 6. Lakers and Suns, honestly, with the injuries that Lakers have been taking, I'm going to have to give it to the Suns. If they're fully healthy, I would say Lakers, but just too many injuries to the team, and it's just too new of a team. I would say it's just too tough, but I think they will take it to 7, so, or 6. I think LeBron would, if it went to Game 7, LeBron would take it, but I think it will end in 6 just because of the injuries. So Suns in 6, I would give it to the Suns. Between the Jazz and the Clippers now, that's a real tough one, but definitely going to have to give it to the Clippers. Like I said, Kawhi and the Clippers are going to go on a tear, not going to disappoint again. And with the addition of Rondo especially, and Serge Ibaka, they're definitely a better team. So gonna have to give it to the Clippers in, I'll say 7, just because the backcourt in the Utah, that with Conley, Mitchell, and Clarkson, and the shooting depth with Jingles and Bogdanovic, it's gonna be tough, but definitely gonna have to give it to the Clippers. Between the Suns and the Trailblazers, oof. My heart wants to give it Trailblazers, but Suns, like I said, are too stacked with, even defensive-wise, I really slept on defensive-wise with Jamison Crowder, DeAndre Ayton, and Mikal Bridges on the team. Really slept on defensively, and they have playmaker and Chris Paul and scorer and D-Book. You can't doubt them, so I'm gonna give it to the Suns in 6. Ooh, Suns and Clippers. Suns and Clippers. Like I said, even though I was saying that Clippers are gonna go on a run and really try to prove us wrong, I feel like they're gonna underestimate the Suns, like everybody else has been doing, and Suns are gonna come up, and I'm really rooting for Chris Paul to get to his first finals. So I'm gonna give it to the Suns in 7. I'll give it 7. And then going to the Eastern Conference, 76ers and Hornets. 76ers for sure, but I'm trying to figure out how many games. I'll give it 6 games. Yeah, Sixers in 6. Next we have the Knicks and Hawks. It's definitely gonna come down to which star on the team rises between Trae Young and Julius Randle, because they are definitely carrying their teams. Even though both teams have strong weapons, it's definitely up to those stars. Honestly, I would trust Julius Randle more, just because with Trae's injuries and lack of experience, I'll give it more to Julius Randle. Bucks and Heat, gonna have to give it the Bucks. Heat are just not the same team. Jimmy Butler's not looking the same. Bam hasn't been playing to full potential, and Tyler Hero. So Bucks in, I would say 5, honestly. Nets and Wizards, I really want Russell Westbrook and Bradley to be able to pull through, but Nets are just too strong. I'll have to give it the Nets in 5. Alright, semifinals between the Sixers and the Knicks. I'm gonna have to give the Sixers, just because Joel is just gonna be on a tear. He coming for that revenge ever since Kawhi hit that shot.
Off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
And he's just been on a whole nother level this year. I'm gonna have to give it to Sixers in 5. Alright, Bucks and Nets. Oh, that's gonna be a tough one. That's gonna be tough, especially with the addition of Drew Holiday and PJ Tucker. That's gonna be tough. But I'm gonna have to stick with the clear-cut Nets. With Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and James Harden all on the court, you just can't stop that, honestly. Bucks and Nets, I'm gonna say that goes to 6. I don't see Giannis taking it to Game 7, so Nets in 6. And between the Knicks and Sixers, Love Joel, love the way he's playing, but I'm gonna have to give it to the Nets. Just like I said, too many weapons. Even though their bench is weak, I feel like KD and Kyrie and Harden are just gonna carry that team to the finals. Alright, finally going to the finals. Between the Suns and the Nets, you can't deny it. Gonna have to be the Nets. Numbers are key, and the odds are pretty much in their favor. So I'm gonna give it to the Nets. Honestly, it'll be in 6. I'll give it to the Nets in 6. Alright, now speaking with my heart, I'm gonna go through this pretty quick. Now I'm gonna add the scores, but between Jazz and Warriors, I'm gonna have to give it still to the Jazz. Speaking of her, I don't like the Warriors. I like Curry, but I don't like the Warriors. Clippers and Mavericks, I love my boy Luka, so I'm gonna have to give it to Luka and the Mavericks. I'm rooting for them. Even though I said the Clippers are gonna take it, I'm really rooting against them, honestly, as a Lakers fan. Nuggets and Trailblazers, don't gotta say nothing else. Lakers and Suns, you already know, Lakers fan, gotta give it to the boy, LeBron. Like I said earlier, if they're not injured, they're definitely taking all the way, but injuries. Between Jazz and Mavericks, I'm gonna have to give it to the Jazz. They're just too stacked up a team. Lakers and Trailblazers, we repeat them last year, gonna have to say the Lakers, and I think they would do it in 5 too. And finishing off Lakers and Jazz, you already know. Don't even gotta say it. Just put it on there. 76ers and Hornets. I'm rooting for Joel this year, so I'm gonna have to say 76ers, even though I really love LaMelo and what he's gonna bring to the table. Gonna have to say 76ers. Knicks and Hawks. I love Treyway, bro. I love Treyway, so I'm gonna have to go Hawks. He's just too nice, gotta say. He's too nice. Bucks and Heat, don't feel nothing for the Heat, so I'm gonna stay with Bucks. Just because also Giannis has just worked real hard, and I want him to go far. Nets and Wizards, my heart is with the Wizards, but not as strong with them, so I'm gonna have to go Nets. I do want to see the Nets go far, but I do love me some Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal, but I'm gonna say the Nets. Alright, between the Sixers and the Hawks, like I said earlier, I really love my boy Trey, but I'm really rooting for Joel to go far. He's just been working real hard, and that team is actually real nice. We'll see in the playoffs, so I'm going for them. Bucks and Nets, it's like, do I want Harden to go to the finals, or do I want Giannis to go to the finals? I would have to say Harden, just because he's been around longer, and it'd be interesting to see them back there. Sixers and Nets, just to switch it up, I'm gonna have to say Sixers, just because Joel's been working real hard this year, putting his body on the line and playing in the MVP caliber, even though he's probably not gonna get it just because of all the injuries and the time he spent off. And it'll be interesting to see what people say when the Nets don't make it, just like what happened last year with the Clippers. Alright, so ending it with the Lakers and the Sixers. We know what we're gonna say. Lakers, of course. If it really were to come to it, dude, that would be an awesome Joel versus AD finals. That would be awesome, but I don't think it's gonna happen. It's gonna be just the Lakers or just the Sixers. It can't be both of them, I don't think. But if it were to happen, Lakers definitely in 6, I would say. Alright, so before the video ends, I did take a note of what my brothers predicted to be the NBA End of the Year awards. And right here, first we have Isaiah predicting Joel to be MVP, Julius Randle as the most improved player, Defensive Player of the Year in Ben Simmons, and Rookie of the Year in LaMelo Ball. And his Coach of the Year would be Terry Stotts, who is the Blazers coach. And then the boy Gary, of course, MVP as Curry. And then most improved, Julius Randle, who I feel like is a clear cut. Defensive Player of the Year, Ben Simmons. And then Rookie of the Year in LaMelo Ball. And Coach of the Year, Monty Williams, who is the Suns head coach, who I think is a favorite, I want to say. And he's been doing a real good job. And finally, my predictions, I would have to say Jokic, just because he's missed the least amount of time between Curry, Joel, them three. Just Jokic has been more consistent and has been holding his team up with Jamal Murray out. Most improved, Julius Randle as well. Defensive Player of the Year, I'm gonna have to say is Rudy Gobert. When you think defense, you think Rudy Gobert. Rookie of the Year, gonna have to say LaMelo Ball, even though people are gonna say Anthony Edwards was on a tear, but it's a matter of who had the better left off, and honestly it would be Anthony Edwards, but LaMelo did carry his team further into the standings. So, and Coach of the Year, Quinn Snyder, who is Coach of the Jazz. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know who you guys think is gonna win the NBA Finals this year, and who your end of the year award predictions are. MVP, all of that. And hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and see y'all later.